Empowered Educators and Educators with Oil podcast. I am Ronette Brad. I'm your hostess here to offer practical strategies and insights, going beyond teaching methods. I don't want to sound like a commercial, but we want to go beyond teaching methods, like teaching you what to teach and how to teach that curriculum. But we want to focus on what it truly means to be an effective educator. That's what we're here for. We want you to be the best educator and all around. Like when I say all around, focusing on you, total you, what it means to be you, who you are, what your goals are, what your dreams are, what your purpose is. We talked about that before. Your purpose is, and once you know your purpose and you're walking in who you are, I hear people all the time who are going into how they became so successful, and it's like they all had some sort of epiphany to be who they are, who they want, who they are purposed to be. And once they got that connection with themselves and God, everything else fell in line. So that's what we're here for. And I just wanted to thank you again for tuning in today. I'm going to talk about um, I know we've been talking about the last stretch of school, but today for me is officially the last day of the marking period. Maybe it was yesterday, today, or yesterday was the last day of the marking period. I think it was yesterday. And now I am officially in that last stretch, that last marking period, that one where we have to try to gain traction, hold that momentum, keep that momentum going. And tonight, in less than 2 hours, I'm going to have parent teacher conference coming on. I'm not sure if anybody's coming today. I usually set up the times where they fill in the time that they want to come so that we won't run over each other. This time, someone suggested that they don't do it this time. Then after it's kind of late, I thought about it. These are my new students, the ones that I got that third marking period. I received them then. This is my first report card with these students. So this is something that is, this is real for me. And so I should have done it like I normally do, set up the times, and then reach out to each parent. I reached out to my parents, but I didn't individually. I reached out again today to see if any are planning to come. I talked to one parent, said she's coming tonight. Two parents are coming tomorrow. So they're coming, and I really need to speak to some particular parents. And it's funny because those are not the ones who I have to individually call them. And so what we want to talk about, what I think, I constantly talk about what we want to talk about, what teachers want to talk about, what educators are needing and what we need and what we want. So tonight I think about, because this parent teacher conference, what should our focus be during that conference? And not only what should our focus be, what do the parents want to know about? Because we can focus on what we want. Then the parents have another agenda or something else in their mind. So they're not even focusing or paying attention to what you're saying. They're waiting for you to stop talking. Because like me, I'm just learning some good communication skills. Let the person talk and listen, respond, listen, instead of waiting to just give what it is you're trying to say, and you didn't listen to anything they're saying in the first place. So sometimes parents have that. I want to talk about this. The parents are just people, and not necessarily working on what you're working on. You're working on trying to be something particular. They may be just surviving, or if they are that parent who is working on themselves, so they already have that. Let me see who this teacher is. They're coming to sit in the conference with your mind, and some parents are not coming to sit in the conference with your mind. They're coming to sit, let me hear what this teacher's going to say about my child. How's my child doing? I'm not even trying to connect with this teacher. So, we come together, minds come together. We have to understand that there are minds coming together. Your mind is telling you one thing, mine is telling me something else. I'm over here talking about this, and you're over there looking over there talking about that. So parent-teacher conferences, you have to have set something that you want to speak on. And we want to, of course, talk about the academic progress, especially me, where the students are. What could we do to remedy any situations or continue that momentum that the child has, or to help them to maintain where they are, because this is the last market period. It gets hot, kids want to go outside and play, and they're tired of school after a certain amount of months. They're like, I have to do this how many more days, how many more months, they're ready to go. And I can understand that. Then we could talk about that. What are they doing? What are their test scores? Their grades. Are they excelling or struggling? We want to talk to that. Parents want to talk about that too. They value your opinion, you know, and they understand at the same time that they know their child too. So you can't really surprise a parent of how their child is behaving in school unless they're, a wildcat at home, and then they come to school and it's just like they're this perfect student. That could happen, that could happen. Or the parent continually gets positive feedback about their child, and here you come with something negative, or vice versa. They're always, year after year, the parent is hearing, your child talks a lot, your child is too sociable, whatever the case may be. And then you get to this class, the teacher is not saying that. I had parents come to me, I know he can't sit still, he can't focus, and all this stuff, and it's hard for him to sit still. I asked the parent, was that a problem for you? She said, yes. I don't know what to tell you, because I don't understand that being a problem, that they can't sit still. Or so you say they can't focus, because that's not true, because they can focus. I probably can watch that same child play a game on his iPad, and he'll stay there for 15, 20 minutes. So you can't say he cannot focus. He's just not focusing on what you want him to focus. Make it interesting. Make him want to. Make him think he's learning something. Make him think he is smarter than he is, or as smart as he is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not the thing. And then we want to talk about their strengths and their weaknesses as teachers. That's on our list. This is their strength. They can read a mile a minute. Their weakness is they may not recall everything they just read. They're reading too fast. They're not paying attention. We are ready to check those boxes. This is their strength. This is their weakness. Why? Why? Unless they're really struggling in something. What's the sense of that? Oh, my child's teacher said such a great student, but no, why? Like, what are we trying to do? We're trying to, I understand we have standards for each grade that students, these are what they should perform. Yes, we as teachers, we want to get them there and above and beyond. That's our job. That's what we want to do. And we could explain that to the teacher. Well, this is what we tried to do. This is where they should be. This is where they are. Now let's work on it. We don't have to. They're weak in this and they're weak in that. Why? Why? Parent knows that their kid. Nobody wants to hear that. Like, nobody wants to hear that. I had a teacher saying, another parent saying that their child is hyperactive or something like that. And I said, well, he's busy. He moves a lot. Yeah, but for one thing, I don't make him sit down. Now I do. I let him get into that because he already was that. I can't sit still. I want to jump around. Okay, you can stand up and do your work. Stand up and do your work. I don't care as long as you're doing your work. Like, as long as you're learning something. And the work is always based off what we're learning. So it's not like I'm just giving you tedious work, things that you need to work on just because I need to keep you busy. It's always reinforcement to what they're working on. So that leads us into their work habits. How are their work habits? We want the parent to know about their work habits, and we want to talk to them about their work habits at home. How does this work? Are they organized? Do they have time management skills? We have students who will take 5 minutes to throw something in the trash. And then they come back and then they'll say, I need to go to the bathroom. They're doing everything they can not to work. We have that. Then we have some that get right to work, finishes it, and then they're done. Everybody else is just writing their name, and then they're finished. I'm done. Or they're done and they have no complete sentences. That kind of stuff. We want to talk to their parents about that. They need to learn how to take their time. Or they do take their time. They may be a great student. They take their time and they write and they put everything that they have into it. And then we might want to talk about the punctuality and the attendance of our students. We have some students nowadays, I don't know what's happening. Students are coming twice a week to school. They're not staying back. They're not being left back because they can learn. I don't understand they're missing so much. They're getting ready to be tested and assessed on these what we've been learning, and then what? So we need to discuss that. And some students never miss a day, like for real. They are there every single day, and they're on time. They're dropped off and they're picked up. And then we want to talk to our parents about our goals and expectations. Like I said before, I set these goals on our desk. We wrote what our goals were. And about this time, they want to discuss if they met their goal. And some of them did. We worked on reading goals. Some of them did. They met that goal. Some of them had math, but they didn't focus on it. And even if I said in the morning, focus on your goal. What do you say the goal that you set? What did you say that was? So, and then you might want to talk about the resources that we have for our students. What if our student is a special ed student? Are they getting what they should? What if we have referred the student? Are they getting anywhere? Did we get any traction with the child study team? Do they come on time? We could have students leaving early, and then end of the day is when the specialist comes for them. That sort of thing. Like your child is missing out on all this support that we have, and they're not here. Things like that. And parent involvement. How involved are you with your student, with your child, and the school? We want to discuss that during the conferences. Do you help them with their homework? Do you check to see what their homework is? And ask them, do you get it? Do you understand? Ask them, can they explain this math to you? Explain what the teacher is saying after they read the book, what they have to do. And then ask the parents, of course, for some feedback. Give them the opportunity to ask questions. Now, this what I just told you is based off of a teacher perspective, what we want to give to our parents. Then we want to give them time for feedback, and on the conference and on the child's progress or lack of progress and what. And then at the end of your conference, we only have 15 minutes, sometimes 10, it depends. We only have 2 days. I am lucky enough to have only a small amount of students. Some people before I had 50. So if they want to come and speak with me, having 50 or 25 depends on if they're coming to both teachers or not. So what they want to speak to me about, we have 10 minutes. So you have an action plan. This is what we're going to do for your child every day. Again, they're going to read for 20 minutes. Every day they're going to do their math. Every day after they read, they're going to write a little bit of something about that book. Just make it be a valuable opportunity to collaborate, with the parents. I know it's the end. We're talk about social emotional growth, because did they grow up a little bit? We have some immature students still. Some students are nowhere near their grade level emotionally. It's like, I don't know what's happened here. And then we could discuss. Also, parents, I want to see what I have. Parents want to know about their academic. Parents always want to know their grade, students' grade. Second grade, we don't give grades. We give if they're meeting the standards, they're not meeting the standard, exceeding the standard, that sort of thing. So they want to be meeting the standards that we're working on, and then overall they want to know. And a lot of times, parents want to know the child's behavior in school. I had a child who was she was having conflict with another student, and the mom was like, my child would never. I had a few. I said one. These are a few parents come this way. My child would never go after somebody had to bother her. And I'm like, if you say so, because I see your child all day. I watch your child. I see the things they're doing and saying, so just because you think that, when you go out and you're around other kids with your child, no, they're not. In school, they act a little different. They might be perfect in school because this is school setting. Then they might get triggered. They might feel like they're trying to be seen and heard. And so they're doing things. They could do things that draw attention because they want that attention. So parents, please, if you're watching, please don't say what my child won't do. A lot of times you know what your child will do, but you think they won't do that in school, right? And then all of a sudden it comes out and you're like attacking them because you know that's their behavior. It's nothing new. But so parents want to know that. They want to know how are they adjusting emotionally and socially and academically, all rolled up in one. They want to know that their child is um, becoming a part or is a part of the community, classroom community, the school community, the culture is, they're a part of it. And they also want to know, parents do want to know their learning challenges of their child. What do you see that's hard? What do you think is the reason that they can't get past this? Is there something I should be doing? We need to discuss that with our parents. Also, homework and study habits. Parents want to know. They want to say, she never wants to do homework. He never wants to do homework. I believe a child should read every day. I believe they should read every day. I think they should read out loud so that you can hear them if they're reading or not. Because, a child is looking at a book, they're not reading sometimes. Sometimes they are. They love reading. But if they're reading out loud, you can hear the story that they're reading. You can discuss it afterwards, that sort of thing. And that's a connection between you and your child. So I personally believe in that. And discussing the story, whether or not you discuss it every day, do what you feel. Um, uh, this is what I would tell a parent. And also, I believe they need to practice the math that they did in school. If they got it, they got it. That's fine. But if they don't, or if they got it in school and you think they might not have it, totally grasp that whole concept, take it home and then let it reinforce, because the homework in my class is exactly what we did in class that day. So different equations, but it's the same type of equation, same things. So discuss that. Let them do it. They can do it. If they have a problem, then look at the top for the directions. Find out what it is. And then they want to know about the environment of the school. Parents really want to know. So kids fight here all the time. Are they everybody's friendly? Is everybody friendly at school? How are the teachers? How do teachers talk to the students? What is the relationship that the teachers have if you see them with their principal? They want to know what kind of environment the children are in, because they can't see it. All they know is what their child comes home and says. You can't see it. And then you want to know, what kind of relationship does my child have with their parents? Want to know, what kind of relationship does my child have with the teachers? Does my child get along with the teachers? Are they happy with their teachers? Are the teachers happy with them? Sometimes we have issues and things that us teachers, I had a child where I had to figure out what to do, because the child's up and down behavior wise. And I had to figure out, okay, because she felt like she couldn't do what the other students could do. She couldn't. And then why would she be so angry in the class? I couldn't get it. And then it's because when you come across somebody like me who is like, I'm going to teach you. This is what I'm going to do. This is my job. So let's get to it. And then you don't want to because you think you can't, and everybody's past you. And one child even said to me, I gave them something that instead of their group, I called students one at a time. And so I'm giving them work. They're all happy. And then they're like, is everybody going to do this? No, everybody's not going to do this. This is for us, me and you. Is everybody okay? What about that other work? Well, you could do that other work too, but you're going to do this and that. You're not doing nothing. You're definitely not getting out of this. This is what you need. And so the child may not be happy with that. They may want to just sit back and do nothing and act up and act as if they're just a bad child. I remember I had a little girl said, I'm the baddest kid in the class. Like, why are you bad? Why do you want to be bad? What is that? What's so great about being a not nice person? I don't understand. So, parents want feedback about that. And then they want to know progress towards their goals. Did we set goals with this child? Did they set goals? Are they meeting their goals? Are they on their way to their goal? Parents want to know all of that. Parents want to know what they can do to support their child at home. And I tell them, I work with them, read with them. Like I just said, that's what I suggest. And then have conversations with your child. Do things with them that causes them to have communication with you so that you can build up communication skills. A lot of I watch kids now, they're having so much anxiety because they're not able to talk. They talk on their games and things, but they're playing, they're not in socializing with people face to face. And then when they get face to face, they're so awkward, they don't know how to act. They think people are looking at them, and it's just, and then when they get ready to go to bed, when it's quiet, instead of having that noise in their ear constantly, it's quiet, and all they have to do have in them is their brain and their mind, and what are they thinking. And they may have things on their mind that they're thinking that, they could have some sort of trauma. They could have anything that's going through their mind, and now it's quiet and they have to think of it. So this anxiety thing, work on those future plans. Tell the parent to work on that sort of stuff. I don't even know how I got towards that. Talking about future goals. I don't even know. Suggestions. Parents want to know. They want to know what suggestions we have. They want to give their feedback, their take on the conference. They want to give their take on what their child is doing. And they want to know what they should do at home, and what if they're doing something wrong. Parents sometimes, they don't realize they are the experts. They're expert at what they do, and I can't tell you how to behave at your house. I can't tell you how to behave in your home. I can't tell you what to do. I can offer suggestions. That doesn't mean you do it. It has to work for you. So there's those things. And then the child may want to pursue some sort of career or something like that. And then you could have that discussion with the parent. Oh, I heard that he wants to go to college after this. He wants to be some sort of engineer or some kind of, do something in biology. Let's see what we need to do to line that up, and we can talk about it. Talk about post-secondary education, talk about um, vocational education, whatever it is that they can get to where they want to get to. So we just overall want to ensure that the child is thriving academically. Parents want to know that. Is my child doing well? Is my child doing well? Is my child going to make it? What do you see their future as? Because sometimes we have that doom and gloom instead of having that person who we are standing up, and we take all that negative in, and we think, my child, I don't know what I'm going to do with my child, and, all that kind of stuff. Are they going to make it? So I'm trying to see. And they all really, really, really want to know about, they wanted to discuss their extracurricular activities. Their child's in baseball, soccer, whatever, basketball. They want to talk about how great their child is. They want you to see the other side of their child. They don't want you to just see their child as one-sided, as a one-dimensional being. They want you to see all dimensions. My child is not just a great student or not so great student, but this boy or girl is excelling in basketball. He's excelling. He plays the piano like nobody's business. He's a saxophonist, whatever. He loves numbers. He's into math. He's out competing. He's speaking. We have orders and orators and all that stuff, so they have things. And parents, again, they want to help know or get some insight on what their child's journey should look like. So I just want to let you know, offer that as a strategy to outline what you're going to do for your conferences. Outline, and then make sure that in there, or at the end, that you sum it up and offer strategies, for the child's guidance and collaboration with the parents for the child's future. What do you expect? What do you want? What do you want to offer? What do you want the parent to see for their child's future? Because we want to see positive in our future. We want to see the light at the end of the tunnel, if there is a tunnel. We want to be all that we can be, and we want our children to be better than we are. So that is where and if you have any more suggestions, I suggest and I ask that you put them in the bottom under the chat. Put them in there, and then I'll add them. I could always come back and add them, or I'll comment and let people know, yes, that's a great idea, or what we think about the strategies that I offered, and then what you offer if you have any more. I am so appreciative that you will do that you are doing that right now as I speak, that you're adding to the comments. I love it, and I love my listeners, my guests. I appreciate you. Again, this is Ronette Branham with Empowered Educators and Educators with Oil podcast. So we are still under the umbrella of Educators with Oil, and I love that. that is who I am no matter what. But at the same time, I'm changing to open to a broader range of people. We want to reach teachers everywhere. We have that niche, uh, but we want, at the same time, we want to reach teachers everywhere because we all need strategies. Matter of fact, every strategy that I ever gave works for every teacher. So again, I just want to thank you and bless you uh, with this message, and the message, the topic of, during parent teacher conference, what we want to talk about, what parents want to talk about. Thank you and have a blessed day.